All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back, we're live, and we are into September. Man, where has the time gone this year? Let's see. Yeah. 9 days away from DigFest. 9. Count 'em. The countdown has begun. So, I don't know if you folks haven't registered. It may be too late. Just saying. The sooner you do it, the better. Because it is going to be a good time. That's for sure. All right. So, I guess before we get into the spot price, let's jump back over here and we'll get Chuck in here. There he is.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Man, I'm here to tell you, it broke the barrier. Silver jumped into the 40s.
Yeah, we've been watching, and it'll come up there, and it'll dance with it a little bit and get knocked back down. Sunday it was up there, it dropped back down, and, ooh, man. It came back today. Gold spot price, $3,575.10 an ounce, which is up $162.50.
And I think that's a record, is it not?
That could be. Yeah,
I think
it
it is.
might be.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are taking advantage of it. I'll tell
Is
you that.
that might be higher than it was back in, what was that? March, maybe it broke 35. Just for a minute.
Yep.
And silver, $41.27, up $2.32 an ounce.
Yeah.
So hopefully someone can throw in there just for kicks what that translates to melt value on quarters, dimes, yada yada. And Chuck and I were talking before the show. What's that make a gram of gold?
About 100, what was it? Just shy of 112 or right at 112 a gram?
That's what I was thinking we'd come up with.
Yep. Yep.
That's,
Oh,
man.
man. I'll tell you what, along with that, first the house is full. Hey, Barb. Hey, Dennis. Hey,
Yeah.
Alan in the house. Randy DeMario. I think I talked to you today.
Yeah, Randy's in there. Emery, Barb,
Yeah.
Relic Hunter, Dennis Grettencourt. Can't
Oh,
forget him, keeping us on track with the spot price
one,
and advertising that he's got.
114.75 per Dennis on the ounce. Hey, Brian Montez. Man, we're getting the house
Wow.
full tonight. Now, with that, did everybody run out and get a Powerball ticket?
Because that's about the only way they're going to be able to afford to buy any gold.
Somebody asked, how can you afford to buy it? Well, you can take a chance on the Powerball at $1.3 billion.
1.3 billion.
Billion.
Holy cow.
It's hedging on going past its high point. If it rolls over it again, it's going to be tugging at the shirt strings of the record.
Alan says he got his 15 minutes ago.
There you go, Alan. I'm going. I went and got some, and I picked some up, a couple of draws the other day at Albany. So I bought a couple more draws worth today in Cordova. Now you got to imagine we're out in the country. Albany reported on the day I picked mine up, they'd sold over 1,000 in that little town. Then Cordova had sold over 4,000 because the nuke plant and all this on this one. So all these little places selling them, yep, everybody's getting some Powerball. Alan says it'll be higher by tonight. I think there's,
Yeah.
Jason says they're cut off 7. I think ours is 9 o'clock here. So, yep, everybody's sitting there holding that ticket, just hoping.
Open. Yep.
I'll tell you what, a 5 pull on all the white balls is 2 million. You get all 5 of those, I think.
I'm not seeing a downside.
No. But the odds on it, you're better off going out in the yard and getting hit by lightning. You got better chance of that.
Right.
But anyway,
Ohio Relic Hunter says everybody can quit buying because he's already got the winner.
yeah. We'll talk to you about that on Sunday.
Alan Landau says if nobody wins, he's cool. He says the guy told him that if nobody wins, he's quitting.
Oh, but just think what you could do with the money, but then think of the downside. I don't know if you guys have watched the lottery shows on TV where they've run into nothing but major ugly problems.
Oh yeah, everybody comes out of the woodwork, and people aren't used to having that kind of money at their disposal, so they burn right through it.
There you go. Well, Brian wants to know if I'm going to have ugly boxes for sale at Dig Fets. Possibly, but they're the older ones. I don't have the new ones he's got out there. They're pretty thin yet. And then ORH wants to know how my inventory. I beefed up a little bit before this hunt. I've got a couple of detectors I'm taking up. I actually have an order for a detector to deliver it up there, and that'll be taken care of in a little training session there. So, whatever you want, ORH, you just tell me. If you win that, I've got everything you want in inventory and can be shipped direct to you.
Right.
So,
I mean, if you win, ORH, you can call Chuck and say, "I want one of everything on the menu," and
there you go. We'll
very
set
large
you right
package
up.
to show up at your door.
Yep. The only time here in Cordova anybody really did good, they had one lone ticket left when they had them in the plexiglass tower, and you tell them what you wanted instead of the machine. Got the machine now, and they bought the last ticket, scratched it off, and that was $1 million winner. Had a gal do Cordova. She won $1 million scratching off a ticket. So there's been some, 5,000, 10,000 ones.
Now, yeah, I was going to say, I've known people that they've, multiple times hit scratch offs for $10,000 and $15,000.
Right.
Which is a nice problem to have.
Yep.
I haven't had that issue, but I'm sure it would be a nice problem to have.
No, but I'll tell you what, if I would win it, there would be a party somewhere. Depending upon the season of the year, it'd either be up north in Alaska in the summer or some island somewhere in the winter.
Jason Weir says, Chuck, what's the largest order you've ever had? You would be surprised, folks.
I'll tell you what, there were back about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer, before companies got set up in Africa, there were some gold rushes. And I mean down to earth, full gold rushes.
Yeah.
And they didn't have distributors or dealers set up. So they were coming to the United States buying gold machines, and they would call. And you'd be surprised at literally how many of the GPX 5000s, 2300s, anything that had even a hint of finding gold, being a good gold machine, they were calling on. And I had one gentleman that had come in and he bought a couple GPX 5000s and a 2300. He flew back. This was in the Sudan. And they were coming here with cash and buying them. And he came back. He called me when he got to the United States and he said, "Can you get me a pallet of GPX 5000? That is 40."
And you're going, huh? I don't know. I can find out.
I don't know. And it was early in the gold rush. And as time went by, I said, "I can't get you 40, but would 25 do? That's the most I can order." And they are actually cutting off dealers on large orders, but I can get you that many. He bought them. That's the largest order I've ever had. And he came in with cash.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't that one of them that resulted in a knock on the door from some alphabet organizations?
Yes, it did. Because I was selling that, I reported it, and they wanted to see the receipts because they thought I was still firearms dealer at the time, that I was selling guns. I had all the receipts, the names, all of it taken care of. He looked at it. He took pictures. I actually had pictures from this guy over there. They were finding chunks of gold in slabs. I'm serious. Just huge pieces. And if one broke down on them, they'd throw it away and get another one. I'm serious. Then they got into having gun battles with each other, and the government stepped in and shut it down. And then they had to apply with the government to be allowed back in there. And it was, and this was a separate one. This was over on the Western Sahara.
Yeah, and some people may recall hearing the rumors, or maybe they were even lucky enough to see some photos of people detecting underarmed guard.
Armed guard. So
That's how serious it was getting.
they came back to get those. Now, the family, a lot of the family lived here in the United States. And he was flying back and forth with brothers. And I mean, they were up and up, good people. They were really good people to deal with. And they got the names. And there were actually two of the names that were buying these that were on a watch list. But I didn't know that. That's what they knew. They exonerated everything and said, keep selling it, because I collected the taxes, paid the taxes in the state of Illinois. I mean, everything was up and up.
Right. Did everything you were supposed to do.
Yep. I was covering every corner. So yeah, Jason, cash talks. And they had a lady with them, and she spoke Portuguese. They speak Portuguese over there in a lot of these places. She couldn't speak English. So they're talking, and I finally stopped them and I said, hey, and I told them you're paying the taxes. And they told me that they don't pay taxes. I told them I won't sell them to you without paying taxes. So
Right. That
Yep.
may be how you do it, but that's not how we get away with it.
Well, Jill came down and she went through, she was the money counter while we're doing this. They bought gold pans, they bought sluices, they bought anything to get their hands on. They were, I was having a line of UPS trucks here. And they'd start calling at 6 a.m. and they'd call till 9, 10 o'clock at night while that was going on. And this lady come in, the one guy, and I had the total value, and I can't remember the number off my head right now, but I had it there and they counted it out. Jill got it counted out. And Jill come up to me and said, you're almost $3,000 short.
Ooh.
And I looked at him, I said, we're $3,000 short. I said, nothing goes out until it's paid full. The guy said something to the lady. She reached down in her top and pulled out a wad of bills. She had taken some money out of there because they didn't like the idea of the tax thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of grabbed him in my hand, and Jill looked at her and said, you count that. Oh, man. And their hygiene is different than ours. Badly.
Yeah, that's
Really bad.
that's putting it elegantly.
So that was my biggest ever, and that was during a gold rush halfway around the world. And it lasted about 7 weeks, maybe 8. And it trickled off, and you couldn't find any gold machine. I don't care if it was Naka, Garrett, Mine Lab, and at that time White's. If it had anything that said gold on it, they were buying it.
Yeah.
So the phone lines were lit up everywhere trying to find stuff. I got in on it early. I was fortunate. Worked with a couple others, and we did real well. And but after that, that's when I got a knock on the door, and I knew the young man that, well, I'll tell you, it was FBI agent. And they, not far from us here in Davenport, Iowa, is the actual money going out of the country where they watch purchases like that and that kind of stuff. And they can see it because what they were doing, some of it was done on cashier's checks. And they were drawing on a bank in Peoria and bringing the cash. And that's how it got traced. And I got a knock on the door.
Right.
So being a gun
Well,
dealer,
and
yeah.
at least you didn't have anything to worry about.
Well, I didn't
You
have it. I
weren't
don't
doing
think
anything
anybody else
shady.
did.
Yeah.
Because we told him this is a gold rush going on. He goes, really? I said, yes, sir, really? And I showed him, and I had some pictures, and I've still got those pictures in the car, 2 of them sitting together with a sack in front of them. At that time, it was probably $2 to $3 million of gold they dug with detectors out in the
Yeah.
center.
And gold price was nowhere near what it is now.
No, nowhere near. But they came back and picked up another order of, I think I was able to get them 8 more GPXs. That's all they wanted. And when they came back, the brother that I hadn't met came and he offered me an awful lot of money to go over and train people how to use them properly.
Uh-huh.
And Jill was in the kitchen and she said, nope. Because that's when you were seeing the reports of the shootings and all this stuff. And then the brother that lived in Peoria said, let me talk to you. He pulled me aside and he said, how's $50,000 sound? What? He said, 2 weeks, train our people. We fly you home. You'll be safe. We'll have guards with you. Jill looked at me. She heard him. She said, no way.
And I think that's when they said, okay, fine, you name your price.
Yes, they did. Jill said, not worth it.
Yeah.
And
Still ain't going.
she was right. Because
Yeah.
long after that, I read more reports on a couple people getting killed over there. That's when the government stepped in and shut it down for a while.
And you would have kind of stuck out over there, I think.
Well, I would have stuck out real bad. and, and I'm not fond of goat.
Right.
So, but
And while you were relating that story, Dennis has got the coin melt values in the chat now. So we're still edging right there. Sunday we were edging 28 times face. Now we're edging 30 times face.
mhm.
Silver quarters, $7.43 melt.
743. That's what it was earlier, I think.
Silver dime, $2.97 melt. The silver half is $12.33 melt, basically. I mean, I'm rounding. Let's see here. Bill says, in God we trust, everyone else pays cash.
Yep.
Dollars, silver dollars are $24.66.
Well, that's what I think.
War nickels, $2.31.
That's amazing to see a war nickel at $2 plus.
Yeah. Yeah, that is phenomenal.
Yep. Yep.
And it's making it awful hard to keep a hold of some of these dug silver dimes
Right.
and nickels.
Yeah.
It
Now,
is
Barb
making
just stated with those silver prices, she'll keep her silver. There'll come a time if we bump that $50 mark, it might be worth at that time say, well, maybe I'll just sell half it.
Yeah, if we bump 50, I got a sneaky suspicion I won't have as much silver.
So, and gold, and I know a guy's selling gold and buying things they want. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, and that's the way to do it.
Well,
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, Frankie Juarez is back from In Fisherman. Hey, Frank, how you doing, buddy?
Well,
And Frank's tuning up for the hunt. He's got his detector ready to roll, but I think he's also tuning up to do a little northern fishing on that lake that afternoon we get in.
yeah. He's only taking 12 rods with him?
Yeah, probably. My truck's going to look like if you open the tailgate, things are going to fly out at you.
Right.
Yeah.
lift that. You could lift that tonneau cover on your truck, and it's going to look like a Jack in the Box. Everything's
Yep.
going to just pop out the top.
That's what I'm afraid of. So, but I got some stuff ready to go already. I'm going to work on that because Wednesday I'm committed. I got to do an inspection on the haunted house here. Then Friday, or we're driving. Thursday I've got a couple meetings I got to be in, and after that I'm on the road. So somewhere in between, I'm going to get packed up and get the hell out of Dodge for a few days.
Ohio Relic Hunter says your truck will look like Bill Dance's on a road trip.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Barb, if there are hunts that are taking your silver dimes for the entry. Yeah, I saw listed.
Yeah, I can guarantee you there are hunts that are taking silver for registration.
Yep. And
matter of fact, I know of one that's normally the way they do run, and they have for years.
Yep.
I know of at least one.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to tell Frankie, though, he's going to have to check his list and make sure that there's still room in the truck for him after he loads everything else.
Hey, Dennis just said I might have some room in the truck if he needs to haul some.
Ah,
yeah.
There you go.
Talk to Frank.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to this.
Although Dennis is hauling some valuable cargo as well, Frank.
Yes, he is. I'm not saying, though. I'm not supposed to say that anymore. I got in trouble with it.
I didn't say what it was. I just said valuable cargo.
Your valuable cargo. Yes, it will be. And so will Frank.
Yeah.
You got to have something maybe to wash it down with. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be.
No, Barb, I have not read that book. I should. There's treasure inside. Emery says, throw it at my camper. There's all sorts of room.
Right. Which I'm pretty sure that for those that are in the area, now, I'm just saying, you might want to stop by a couple of campers and just say hello.
Yep. And Dennis is already saying I couldn't keep a secret now. And that one, ORH let the cat out of the bag, not me.
Hey, that wasn't me. Yep. I didn't do it. I know nothing.
No, we're looking forward to it. This will be a good hunt. And the meet and greet, I've got some things that I'm going to raffle there. And there might be some gold involved in that raffle. In fact, I know there'll be gold involved in it.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, so Barb said she's already solved the cryptogram in the book. We'll have to check that book out.
That was that's the latest in the armchair treasure hunting, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't
like 5.
I've seen stuff online about it.
Yeah, it's got 5 custom made chests. And for those who don't buy the book, like if you think the book is too expensive, which it's not that expensive, they did finally go ahead and release a Kindle version where you can purchase just the part of the book that pertains to the particular box that you're interested in. So you could purchase the book in its entirety or in whatever combination of the 5 pieces that you would like.
Barb's saying she bought hers used
for half price. Not bad.
Not bad. Way to go.
Barks is in the house.
I'm running late. Barks, slow down, buddy.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Did you find that at a bookstore, Barb, or did you buy it online?
I've heard some people have gotten them from Books A Million. Some people have ordered them directly off of the author's website.
Mm-hmm.
They have picked up a number of places. And
Mm-hmm. Now, Barb says,
and yeah, some are selling them on Amazon.
mm-hmm.
But early on, when this book was released, there was a little bit of an issue with certain websites popping up that had nothing to do with the book, didn't have the book, and were just trying to basically release you from your money.
And that's going on more and more.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they were very proactive about it. The author issued a press release as soon as possible to try and put an axe to that, because that just gives the book a bad name. So they were able to get things taken care of rather quickly, and to the best of my knowledge, as far as I know, nothing like that has went on tied to that book since. So that's a good thing.
And I don't know how many. I mean, I haven't followed it that close. How many caches he has buried?
5, I believe.
5 now. I heard he was going to put more out. Am I incorrect on that?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about it. I am on the mailing list, but that doesn't mean that I may have missed it somehow.
Nope. Barb says only 5.
Okay.
So, but even the news, the media, the mainline media is even carrying stories on it. So,
Oh yeah, mainstream media was the last big one. Mainstream media was covering Michael Scanlon when he did his uh, second armchair treasure hunting book, The Alchemist Dar.
mm-hmm.
And I was contacted by a relative that had said, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting this book. It thought it might be something fun to do if I would get a hold of it. Are you interested in giving me a hand?" Sure. But in the technological age that we're in, he has actually been using artificial intelligence to assist with the book.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean that was a different perspective to take with it. Now, whether or not that works out, who knows? I mean, I haven't gotten a phone call that he's suddenly rich, so. But then again, he's heard me say many times, "What do good treasure hunters find?" So maybe
Yeah.
he's doing all right and he's just keeping his mouth shut. I don't know.
That's
But
right.
I have not heard that any of them have been found.
I haven't either. So I'm going to have to see if I can pick up a copy of the book and see if it's interesting and take a look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, it would still be an interesting read. And honestly, I almost purchased it myself just to see how interesting of a read that it's going to be. Oh, take care, Alan.
See you, Alan.
Because this is not somebody's first attempt at armchair treasure hunting. We've seen numerous books like this throughout the years.
Right.
And this one, The Alchemist Dar, those are just two circumstances. The Finn treasure,
Yeah.
you could say, was basically armchair treasure hunting.
Yep.
And even as far back as like the early 1900s, I believe it was the tale of the golden apple.
Yep. But let's even go back further, way further.
Hmm.
Let's go back into, I think, the 1300s, and they're still looking for it, and they're putting millions of dollars into that island.
Hmm.
And that's been a continuous thing, that there's been more stories and conjecture and
Multiple books
yeah,
and stories that have been told and retold, and
right. So
you see a lot of it out there. I mean, some people, the treasure is in the book. Like, they just take all of the information that they can find and publish a new book and sell it to all sorts of, eager treasure hunters.
that's right.
And that's how they get their treasure.
Well, our current boom and prices of silver and gold has driven treasure hunting to a new peak. And I mean, literally, the gold price, silver price, the gold is driving it more. Um, we have not been able to keep gold monsters in stock. And literally, we had a
No.
cage come in, they're gone.
Yep.
4 of them sold a day yesterday.
Yeah.
Even some 6,000s. So right now, with this gold at 35 plus, it's driving that force. So if there's a buried treasure and your armchair
Mhm.
quarterbacks, what better way to make some money than having a book talking about treasure? And that's supposedly there at this time,
Right.
and drive it even more, because everybody likes to be a bit of a pirate, a treasure hunter, free roamer, and maybe I can find this.
Yeah. And with the price of gold being what it is, there's a lot of people out there that are coming closer and closer to justifying the cost of a 6,000 or a 7,000.
If an ounce of gold in a nice form nugget can bring almost 5K, 2 ounces in nuggets, nice ones, you paid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when a 3 gram nugget can bring you, put on a pendant, can bring you $750, it don't take long. And
Right.
there's a resurgent in states such as Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, of going back to small streams and working to find gold. Going up to the shores of Lake Superior, there's a lot of gold, and Lake Michigan has it too. It's fine gold, but it's there.
Yeah.
And uh,
And these are areas that your big mining conglomerates, things of that nature, the corporations like that, it was not financially viable for them to go in and try to
no,
recover this. But
I
at
mean,
this price, the weekend prospector, man,
Northeast Iowa had 3 gold rushes. 2 were from government archaeologists or geologists going through and testing streams and up on the upper Iowa River and that area. One published that you could find a decent wage a day, and that's when gold was like, I think, $16 an ounce. And it created a pretty good stir up there, a gold rush. Then a second
and
time, another,
they didn't find it all.
no, and it's all from the glacial drift. And
Hmm.
they had another one, but the third one was somebody showed up with a wagon load of pans, shovels, gumboots, uh, rocker boxes, and sluices. Sold at a creek, went out and told the world about it, and had a rush. He sold everything off. He mined the miners and split. Of course,
Mm.
that played out pretty fast.
Yeah, blow into town and leave just as quick if you know what's good for you.
Yep. And Jason, you don't have to imagine that. I'm sitting right now for 2 weeks with 32. Yep. Soapy Smith is right. Orange. I've got 32 people tentatively signed up. I have room for possibly 2 more each week.
Going to be a full crew.
And if that keeps to climb upward at, say, it hit 37 to 4,000, which is not out of the realm of reality.
No, that is entirely
That place
within
is
the
gonna
realm of
be hopping.
possibility.
Because that place you can find 1 ounce, half ounce, 3/4 ounce that are nice pieces that clean up well.
Or
and-
more.
Or more. And, we had a 44 grammer and I can't remember the other was like 48. You're talking some nice pieces cleaned up that'll probably bring 6 to 8,000 or more a piece.
And every now and then, if you're lucky, 7+ ounce.
Yep. And the buyers
See,
are up there. They're up there heavy. So,
and
why
their
not?
pockets are flush with cash.
That's right.
So
And
for
just
your
take a look,
cruise,
take a look on the silver. I mean, you go out and you take your time, you have a good day at a private area or a field or whatever. You $100 days and above are well worth it.
and you know what else I see coming from this spike in prices
Mm-hmm.
is when us as metal detectorists run across a good producing site, I think secrets are going to be kept more.
Yes, you can bet on that. And the pay to hunt, seeded hunts, they're going to be more expensive, but your return can be greater if you're good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that could be where the herd starts to thin, so to speak, because it's a good possibility that to compensate for the spike in prices, that's going to drive up registration fees, which is going to thin the newbies from the veterans
Right,
that are, established veteran competition hunters.
right. You just see
They
that.
will still do that, where the newcomer may not be able to justify the cost.
Well, that's true. I got the patch from this year's hunt, swing in the summer. Well, Tim and crew say they want to do another one next year. So it sounds like we got a swing in the summer, and we'll be working on to that there shortly and see what we can put together.
Right.
And they will do their best to keep the prices as low as they can.
Well, and that's one thing that we can say with I is that over the years they have kept their prices very low, very reasonable,
Yep.
and it is not that far fetched for somebody, actually quite a few people, to walk off of that field with their registration in fines and prices.
Without a problem.
Yeah.
And we'll work hard on it. And it probably, most likely, it'll be back in Hampton, East Moline again.
Up against the shores of the Mississippi.
Yep. And Bob Holycross is asking the question, what's driving it high? There's a whole bunch going on right now. One's world tension.
Right.
Two,
Tension, economy can drive it.
believe it or not, AI is driving silver price. They need silver for,
because they need gold and silver for the technology.
you got it. And that's driving that price up.
Absolutely.
And there's certain demand points throughout the year in India and China and overseas where it's buying season. And a lot of it's wedding and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And And it literally those have always driven the price, believe it or not.
Yes, they have.
You can,
Specifically, China wedding season,
yep,
they encourage their
yep,
citizens, I mean, to buy gold.
to buy gold.
And
And
that is a big spike
yep,
in demand.
yep. So there's a lot of difference. Yeah, Randy, electric cars also.
Yeah, that's true. Electric cars, cell phones,
You got it.
technology, basically. Whether it's computers, cell phones, cars, metal detectors, you know, battery technology, power tools, what have you.
Yep. So there's a lot going on. ORH says his gas prices are going down a bit, $3.09. I was over in Clinton today, and it's at the Walmart there, just the Walmart. This isn't the Sam's Club. It was $2.72.
Right.
Illinois $3.19. Pritzker added more tax to it this year. We got 40 some odd cents a gallon tax in Illinois on your fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Highest in the country.
And Emery puts a good theory out there. He says he sees gold and silver prices going so high that crypto falls on its face.
Yep, you never know.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. There's
in the day and age that we're in, I don't see crypto falling on its face, nor going away completely.
well, no, I won't go away. There's too many billionaires out there
Yeah.
playing that game. But you guys may not remember it. Back in the .com days, they took off like rockets. People put all kinds of money into the internet .com things.
Yep.
And they took off, did well, and it crashed. People lost millions and
Millions and
millions of
millions
dollars.
of dollars.
And then Enron crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, don't put your money into paper. And by paper, I'm not talking pulpwood. I'm talking about things on paper are supposedly worth as much. Do your research.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of people out there, speaking of which, that they hold like gold stock,
Yep.
gold on paper, not gold backed, gold on paper.
Yep.
And okay, that's all right for some people, but that still isn't the same as physical, tangible
I
gold and
got it
silver.
in my hand.
Right.
That's, that's important.
Yeah, you want to talk about liquid assets, you're not going to get much better.
Okay. ORH says he still kicks himself for not investing in Sirius Radio. Had a chance at 500 buy-in when it started, and when they merged with XM, it went, what was it?
160,000.
160,000.
Yeah.
Mark says he's got gas at 314 over in LaSalle from area.
Unfortunately, I can't remember what it was here.
So,
I mean, we had filled up a couple weeks ago, but then last week I was dealing with some vehicle issues I was trying to get taken care of, and it's been tough anyway, being as close to treatment as I am and all of that. So it was a drawn out process getting the issue tracked down and dealt with, and
yep.
it doesn't help either when it's intermittent.
Right. Right. Bob
That
Holycross is saying down there 270. Jason's 270 or 271 for Bob. Jason 270, and that's about where we're close in that range on the Iowa side. Illinois,
yeah, I'd say that's about right for here. Probably somewhere in that range. And I imagine over on the Iowa side, it's even cheaper.
yes, yes.
Maybe 245, 250.
If you're at Costco and Sam's Club, you'll get it at that in the 250 range.
Yeah.
So
So something to keep in mind, folks. Definitely.
yeah. So hopefully our travel expenses and other prices keep coming down. Our pundits in Washington on the Republican side are working on getting prices down as best they can. So it's coming. It don't happen overnight.
No, it didn't get like this overnight. It's not gonna level out overnight. So I mean that's just the way things go. Let's see.
Yeah. Illinois gas tax, 48 cents. They were the highest in the
Oh,
nation,
yeah.
I've heard.
48 cents a gallon adds up
This
fast.
governor we got wants to put a road tax on where they want you to mount a unit in your car that tells them how many miles you drive on Illinois roads and tax you for the mileage you drive.
Right.
On top of all the gas tax, because all the Chicagoans are buying electric cars and they're losing the
The
tax.
revenue from the gas tax.
Right.
Well, we can't have that.
Yeah, RH, that ain't a scam and a half. That's just downright overtaxation. We fought a war over 2-cent taxes on tea. And that's a fact, Jack. We
Right?
won it. So
Yeah.
this schmuck, and you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
he just wants to tax everything out of this state. So I'm going to step away for a second. I got to get a Kleenex.
It's
I'll be right back.
definitely unfortunate. But that's the way things go sometimes. And all we can do, I mean, we're kind of we're kind of stuck along for the ride. So all we can do is make the best of the situation that we can. You know, everybody could go back to horseback, but they ain't cheap either, and you got to feed them and clean up after them and take care of the. It's just a big headache. Definitely. And I guess I should probably also mention we will be here. We should be here. I see that, Jason. We should be here Sunday, but then next Wednesday we will not be here. Chuck will be traveling or getting ready for travel for
I got a busy
Digfest
week.
on the 12th and 13th.
Yep.
And I will be getting ready for travel for treatment. So, no show Wednesday. But we were here tonight.
Yeah, we made her.
So that's why it pays to hit that notification bell and follow Facebook notifications and stuff like
Right.
that. Because nobody dropped the link anywhere. But as soon as we went live, man, the chat started filling up quick.
Yep. And
Well,
we
good to
appreciate our
see.
listeners and customers, and
Yeah,
that's all great. And there's going to be some fun to be had here in a week, and we'll have a good
yeah,
report, and we'll see. We're going pretty cool the next couple days, Josh. But
yes,
down,
we are.
yeah, and high in the mid 60s, lows in the 40s. But
Yeah,
our weather starting Saturday is turning up, and it'll be in the mid 80s next week here.
and that's another reason why I'm here tonight is because I can't hardly move to do anything else right now because Monday I split wood for 7 hours.
Oh,
Cooler temperatures bringing the people out that like to have campfires, and we're in football season.
yep, got to have bonfire.
And this past weekend, it was a holiday weekend, which that definitely put a big spike in sales for firewood. And
There you go.
so
So,
it figured, well, I better get it now while
now,
I can because I was going to have to bring in a big load.
my wife and I have one pet peeve. In the last week of August, there's people with Halloween decorations out.
We haven't, good grief.
I mean, now we're just in the first few days of September. I mean, you're 2 months
Right.
out. You're over two and a half months out. And they're putting up pumpkins
Didn't
and
even
everything, and I'm
decorate
like,
for Labor Day or anything. Just we'll jump straight into black cats and
because
pumpkins.
instead of, and then we'll get done with the pumpkins, they'll skip Thanksgiving and they'll have Christmas stuff. Well, actually, believe it or not, I was in one of the hobbyist shops and all their Christmas stuff's out for you to build stuff. I kind of understand that, but you walk in, there's fully decorated trees you can buy. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, that's a bit much. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand retail has to stay like they have to trend like 90 days ahead of
Yep.
the holiday.
And RH reminds us, don't forget about the pumpkin spice. It's already out there. You can get your pumpkin spice latte whip,
You can get your
whatever.
pumpkin spice
And
everything.
pumpkin spice to me does not go well with coffee.
Yeah, but they got it in coffee and Pop Tarts and
I
ice
know it.
cream and
And
candy
hey,
bars and
caramel pumpkin, it's crazy.
cakes and
Yeah, Randy,
brownies. And
Randy's
next thing you know, you'll be paying 15 cents a gallon more for gas at the pump because it's pumpkin spice.
hey, Randy posted Costco's got Christmas stuff up. Yes, that's another
Yes.
one of the places I saw trees and stuff up on one aisle. And I'm like, come on.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to get pumpkin spice flavored wood pellets for your Pit Boss smokers.
Well, RH reports on the Domino pizza sign he saw pumpkin spice for sale.
Oh boy. Pumpkin spice candy corn and everything else.
Oh, and I'm not big on pumpkin spice. Mm-mm. Nope,
No.
nope, nope. I'm
But
sorry.
now here we are. We've made it through Labor Day,
Mm-hmm.
which is an arduous chore to begin with. At least it was for me this weekend because Sunday we had a birthday party. So we were all going to go. Well, there was a birthday in the family, so we were all going to go out to eat at a restaurant that doesn't take reservations anymore.
Right.
And somebody decided that rather than showing up at like 11 o'clock, we should wait and show up about 12:30 when everybody else is going to be there. And whoever got there first was supposed to tell everyone that we needed seating for 14 so that we had a little bit of space amongst us. And from the time we sat down and ordered to the time we got our food, it was an hour and 45 minutes.
Whoa.
There were some not Not very happy campers.
No. That's that's outrageously long.
Yeah, and you would think for a wait like that, everybody should have got a discount on the bill.
I thought so.
But that was not the case. Two
Man,
people got discounts on their bill. One because their pizza that they ordered was cold when it made it to the table.
that was the first one out. They just let it lay, probably.
Right, so they could bring it all out in one shot.
Yep.
And another one because when their pizza came out, just one little, I mean, you can't even really call it a piece. It was a little itty bitty corner piece, like these places that cut their pizzas in squares. So you got some corners that are very small. It fell off onto the floor, so they threw it away. Just the little corner piece. They got a discount on their bill. Everybody else, though, nope, you had to pay full price, whether your food was hot or not.
Wow.
And I don't think we're going back there anytime soon, and especially not on Labor Day weekend.
No. 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 Well, buddy, I'll tell you what. Looking forward to this hunt.
Yeah, hey, and I'll tell you what, I'll bet you there's a happy customer that's looking forward to it too.
Yeah, I think somebody's getting a new detector that day. I'm not saying who, but I got a phone call, and he told me he'd had a good season, and he wanted to add another one to his arsenal and ordered a Manicore.
Very, very good choice.
Yes, excellent choice. So, yeah, he'd had a banner year, and
oops, I think somebody let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, I think he did. I wasn't going to mention that.
Nope. But if he wants to let it out, well, that's fine. But this is why we tell folks, deal with a reputable dealer.
Yep.
You just never know. You may find yourself surprised. And I don't know how many times over the years now that we have told listeners, call him. Don't message, call him. And Randy sees why.
Yep. Randy says he's on the dark side and he can't wait to try it.
Welcome to the dark side.
There you go.
Hey, it's
Randy,
not that bad either, Randy. We have caramels.
That's right.
And
Randy,
cookies.
on the dark side, I am not your father. So, yeah.
There you go. But I think he's going to be very pleased with his acquisition.
The ORH, the travel shovel by Naka, the 2-piece.
Very good.
I've got one, too, actually, sitting here.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, swing into summer, that was the first time that I actually got to lay hands on the Nook to dig tools and scoops and such, and I was very impressed. The shovel and the hand digger, Nokta has done an excellent job with.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that shovel.
That shovel is.
I like that shovel.
Yes. Yes, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
RH, you put your few miles on and give me a holler, and I'll get you one out the door. Yes, it is an awesome shovel. I've had a lot of good compliments on it. I mean, I had some people, you can bend it. Well, if you do like I do and stand and beat and get it under rocks and that, yeah, you can bend it. But it bent
But you could do that with any shovel.
The only one I haven't been able to bend is the NX 5 or 6.
Oh, I figured you were going to say a backhoe.
Yeah, well, That one I haven't been able to bend, but I haven't put it through the test like I do some of the other ones.
Right.
Jason, you're right. Naka isn't going to back down.
No, not at all. I
Not a,
mean, 10 years ago, people may have been like, no, what?
Yep.
And nobody really was paying much attention to them. But then all of a sudden, you start to see MindLab and XP and Garrett starting to watch. And they have proven themselves to be tenacious and a serious competitor in the industry time and time again, to where they have come from not many people knowing about them
right.
to being a household name
That's right.
and one of the big contenders in the industry.
That's right. And then ORH needs one that, goes a little larger, and it hits that point, ORH.
Yeah.
I sold a bunch of them. I like mine. I take it around. I've got one out of England. I got the NX5. I've got Stamson and a Natka. And when I'm out walking pretty good distances, for some reason, the Natka is more comfortable. I can collapse it, and actually, if I'm moving spots, rope sling it over my back, and then sticker,
Yeah. It is a little heavier,
yeah. But it does a good
but
job.
yeah, it's very durable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
haven't
not
had
sure.
I haven't
I'm
had
not
any
sure how
left,
they did, but man,
so it's good. It's a good unit. So, well, buddy, I'm going to get out of here, and I got a busy week coming up, and the week after that, and the week after that. Oh, it's September. Everybody wants to get stuff done that didn't get done. So,
yep.
people, slow down on those highways. Oh,
Yes,
oh man,
please.
yeah. We've had a couple serious car wrecks past few days, cutting people out and flying them away. They were that bad. So,
Yeah, and we've
yeah.
had them around here too, unfortunately.
You're welcome, Randy. So, Dennis, stay safe, buddy. Make extra caramels. We'll make bets with the caramels on first silver dime found wild, whatever. You win a caramel.
Hmm. That sounds like a good competition.
Yep, yep. So we'll see how it works. Take
All
care, my
right.
friend.
Yes, you do the same, Chuck, and I guess we will see you Sunday as long as all goes well.
I hope so.
All right. You have a wonderful evening, sir.
Talk to you all, folks. Stay safe.
And that's the important part. Like he said, if you're out there driving, slow down. Life's short enough as it is anyway. At least live to make it to another day and see what that gold and silver price is doing then. As always, big shout out to Dennis for keeping us up to date and allowing us to keep everyone else up to date on the spot prices and melt values and all of that happy jazz. If you enjoyed the show, throw us a like. You can follow us here, Beyond Sight and Sound on YouTube, Beyond Sight and Sound on Facebook, Metal Detecting, Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, all the wonderful podcast distribution services. As I said earlier, we will be back Sunday. Wednesday, the 10th. We will not be here. Chuck will be in the process of packing for Digfest, Wisconsin, Makajuan. And I will be trying to get last minute preparations done for treatment, and we'll see how bad that knocks things out of me, and hopefully we'll be back the following Sunday from that. Until then, stay safe. Get out there and dig if you can. We'll see what happens and what the gold and silver spot price bring Sunday. But what a ride! Man, it's fun to watch. We're out of here. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.